What if Nagato Uzumaki met Jesus? What happens when the bearer of pain meets the man of sorrows? A lot of people watch our videos, but still haven't subscribed to the channel. Because of that, YouTube doesn't notify you when new content is posted, and you end up missing out on transformative stories like this one. Before diving into this journey, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Leave your like and share this with someone who needs to hear this message. A light rain was falling over the ruins of Amegakure. At the top of a rusted tower, surrounded by metal plates, corroded by war, and the heavy silence of a broken city, Nagato stood motionless. His weakened body rested inside the machine that kept him alive, a cruel irony for someone who wished to free the world from pain. His eyes, marked by the Rinnegan, stared into nothingness. He had lost everything. Enrico, the friend who symbolized hope, Conan, the last remaining flame. And now, even his own faith in his mission was beginning to crumble. "I wanted to bring peace," he whispered with a dry voice, "but I only caused more destruction." Around him, the sound of the rain echoed like a lament. The screams of pain he once inflicted upon the world now returned, like echoes of a past that refused to die. He remembered the words he said to Naruto, "Pain is the only path to peace." But now there was only silence. His eyes closed, and deep inside he wondered, if there is a God, does he also know the pain I have carried? And then, time stopped. Nagato heard footsteps, but they were not Conan's, nor Naruto's, nor the enemy's. They were gentle, as if walking on water. When he opened his eyes, he saw before him a simple man, surrounded by a light that did not hurt the eyes, but healed the soul. His feet were dirty with mud, his hands marked by open scars, but it was his gaze that disarmed him. It was as if that gaze had seen through all the wars, all the deaths, all the choices, and yet remained full of love. "Who are you?" Nagato asked, trying to get up, but failing. The man approached slowly. "I am the way, the truth, and the life. I am the son of the God who hears the cries of orphans and walks with the wounded." Nagato frowned. "Do you know what it's like to lose everything?" The answer came with tenderness and strength. "I was betrayed by my friends, denied by those I loved, hung on a cross by those I swore to save. Yes, Nagato, I know pain." The tears came before he even realized it. For so long, he had believed he needed to carry the suffering of the world on his shoulders. For so long, he had made himself a god to justify the deaths. But now, before the one who was called the man of sorrows, he felt small, not like a failure, but like a child who never knew his father was still waiting for him. "Why did you come?" Nagato murmured, "Because I was never far away." Jesus came closer and touched his shoulder. A simple gesture, but in the instant of that touch, something broke. The invisible chains of guilt, the silent screams of the soul, the burdens that no ninja technique could ever remove, fell to the ground. Nagato wept, not as a warrior, not as the leader of the Akatsuki, but as a boy who had seen his parents die and never knew how to live again. Jesus knelt down beside him. "You don't need to punish the world anymore, Nagato. The punishment that brings peace has already fallen upon me." Isaiah 53:5. "I came to seek what was lost, and you were never beyond my reach." Nagato tried to speak, but his voice failed. And then, in a silent gesture, he simply bowed his head. "I'm not worthy," he whispered. But Jesus answered with steady eyes, "No one is. But love is not given to the worthy. It is offered to those who accept it." Light began to fill the tower, not a physical light, but something inside it, something he had buried long ago, hope. Jesus stood up. "Rise. Your war is over. You were not created to be the God of men, but to be a child of the Most High." And then, for the first time in a long while, Nagato tried to stand up without the machines. It wasn't easy, but a strength that did not come from him held him up. "And now?" he asked. Jesus looked at the ruined city. "The world will still have wars, but you no longer need to be a hostage to pain. Take my peace and tell others that true freedom begins when grace finds those who have lost everything." Nagato looked at the world with new eyes. He no longer saw targets, no enemies, no traitors. He saw people like himself, waiting for a hand to lift them up. If you feel like Nagato here, guilty, drowning in internal wars, know that the same Jesus who found that bearer of pain in the silence of the tower is also calling you now. He does not require you to be perfect. All he asks is that you say, I accept being a child, because he has already taken your pain upon himself, and all he wants is to call you his beloved child.